No, no, it's funny, you don't scare one, and then it's on, it's like that. No. I know, it's like, he's like, I don't Thurs, there you go.
Are they compass? Well, I know every kind of thing. You have that.
I don't want to noises, I don't think you would be asking.
Okay, let's begin our test review. Okay, so number one, a curve is defined parametrically by x of t and y of t. What is the equation of the tangent line? So at t equals 3, like we can use a t equals 3 to find the order pair at x and y, and then we can find x prime and y prime, divide them by each other, and then plug in the 3 to get the slope, right? So all we're trying to do is we're trying to gather order pair and slope, but we're having to pull it from these equations in parametric. All right, so try that. The key is attached. Just for studying purposes, if you go to the last page of the, I think I included this in your packet, but I also included it in your at the end of your formula sheet. Sorry, of your P is a formula sheet that kind of puts a lot of things together. Now, there are some formulas that we're not using, like the area of a surface revolution, so we can ignore that. But I think these other ones will be helpful in terms of helping you reference formulas that that you're that we're using this unit. Let me know if you have any questions or you're working ahead. The key is it's given to you, and if you're working ahead, you can also ask any questions if you're working on a problem further on in the review. Let me get it tonight.
There's one you subtracted by one. It's set it equal to 2. And so what we do.
Oh, that's important. So you're good here, right? That's beta 1 is 0.729. So we know that sign is going to be positive in the first and second quadrant. So think of this is first quadrant, which is nice because it's also acting as a reference angle for us. So imagine you had theta being 0.729. Right? So the reference angle in the second quadrant will also be something that is over here, that is 0.729. But if I want to find something that is in the second quadrant, which is between pi over 2 and pi, I got to have something that is in that range of 1.5 to 3.14. So to find the reference angle, I got to do pi minus 0.729 to find the angle that's associated with sine in the second quadrant. Yeah. Okay, great, thank you. Okay, as you're working through, don't hesitate to ask questions if something doesn't make sense. Okay, hopefully 1 and 2 are pretty straightforward. Just when you get to 3 and 4, just you gotta remind yourself that there's that formula for second derivative, right? It's d over dt of dy dx divided by dx dt. And remember about the dx dt portion.
So on the real test, if I'm finding length of a curve, should I do it by hand or should I do it by calculator?
Um. Yeah, you can do it by calculator unless I specify do this by hand because this is manageable without a calculator. But obviously you can check any of your work with your calculator. You had a question yesterday about can polar graphs area show up on the non-calculator portion? So I think to answer that question, it can, but they'll have to provide you a couple of things. They'll give you the graph. They'll give you, the intersection will be something that's unicircle they can find. And they'll only ask you for the setup. They won't ask you to actually find the interval using whatever trig identities, whatever. So, you know, it could be non-calculator, but at least they'll have those three things set up for you. Any questions with the first page? Thank you.
Yeah, 5 and 6, these are clean problems that are manageable without a calculator, so I expect you to be able to get to the answer without a calculator. Even though you can use your calculator to double check.
Mr. Yang, so for integrating the parametric equation, should I have it on polar mode or does it not?
You don't have to, yeah, it doesn't have to be in polar mode. You can use X and you'll still get your same answer. Yeah, the only time you really need polar mode is if you're trying to graph it.
All right.
How did you get 36 sine and cosine? Well,
Um. Sorry, sorry, this should have been 6 inside. And then when I square it, it becomes 36. So sorry, yeah, let me change that. I should have. Guys, so number 6, thanks for catching that. There's a typo on, a mistake I made on 6 here. So this should have been 6, cosine or sine 2 theta squared and 6 cosine. I ultimately had the next step correct, but I put a 36 here when it should have been 6. So this is getting squared, that's getting squared, ends up being 36 sine squared theta, 36 sine squared theta, and then I form the 36 up.
Yeah, for number 10. In the question, like, it already like tells me the y coordinate, or is that not the y coordinate? 3, like 3, 4.
So, okay, yeah, so here is the distinction. It says that at time t equals 1, 3, 4, but this at time t equals 3, which is going to be at a different position.
Oh, I confused x with.
Right, yeah. X and t.
Okay, let me put up on the board now.
Problem with that?
Number 5. Four.
She's asking. The 5C. Yeah.
Yes, yes, you have to. You, this would be. No, I don't, it's just by the area, this section of the. With the. I just found it a little bit, see if I could. Maybe I'll put that at the end. Maybe because it would give you a little more of this, then that's.
Okay, so these two are fine, right? That's not the issue. The issue is here. So, so let's start off with this, right? We know we definitely have to do this portion. But the problem is that if we just relied on this, then we have all this stuff we got to subtract out, right? This is not part of the area that we want. So we have to be able to subtract out a portion that is getting covered here. We gotta subtract out this piece. So this minus this will get us that shaded region. Okay. So to do that, that intersection is sitting at at 2 pi over 3. So we can say for the r equals 2, that's going to be 1/2 interval from r squared in phase. And this will take care of that original sliver there. Minus, subtract out that paint portion. So if I subtract these out, that will give me this portion, and if I double it, that will give me this portion. I'll add these two up, plus this, plus the semicircle, and that will give me my area. I know that's kind of hard to see, right? It doesn't feel like this is gonna influence it, but it does. Okay, your homework tonight, you can check your calendar. It's just to finish the AP review near the back of your packets has it's split up over 4 or 5 pages. So you're just going to do the first half. So check your calendar for that. Activate your phones. We'll just continue doing review tomorrow. Okay. Your test will be on Tuesday.
That last. Oh,
It's number 16.
okay. Right now I'm creating. So I didn't put that last one. So I think he also unfortunately take would be roll from 0 to 5. Obviously, that's the only two. I'll also track down the 0 to pi over 3 and also double it. And then, but me and Jay pi over 3 to pi over 2 is going to probably be
Like, we just have to make sure that within that, whatever you're doing there, that we have to end up involving this minus this. Somehow in that process,
Right up.
yeah.
Just so, it would be. Polar and stuff. I take care of the two keys, which are gonna be from here to here. I remember here, that's actually said. So, yeah, we don't talk about that. That's double the top to bottom. And then, same thing with the code file needs to be double it, so that'll be from. I swear, I
Here
was like
today.
a lot of cost, so I agree. I was actually the most MPC. I'm sorry, then there's just. That's like. Congrats on it.
That'll work. Because all of them are doing that.
You get to lie, and it's all your people wonders, you can hide in your lab. Honestly, it's like we're overguarded. It's like. I figured, no one might ever tell you from, other than, like, other than the notes you, it's out. Like, every, why not me? So I was doing it like 2-3 years. Yeah, no, you said. I know you're just like, I'm just like, I mean, there's some times when the bell is not. Okay. They just do it. This pilot's not where I'm called.
For this, I should know where. I don't know if I should add it up to like area of final, have final. You just said the answer.
The entire class should be 8 problems. I was. No, I want to.
I keep getting like 0.6.
It's just like this.
Yeah. You keep getting-
That was what you put in. Let me take a picture of that. Let me kind of.
That's so you can like. I'm just struggling, because that's true. I've noticed a little bit of difference.
Okay.
Right, like we've been doing the same thing.
It's like too real.
Hey, Michael.
Do you have time? Can I show you my January?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm not gonna be here for yeah, I thought I wouldn't have trials today, but we have another day. No. Actually, I never had a Calc with Yang.
Really?
Yeah, I never did. Besides one class student.
That's true. Back to grade.
Mitchell, no, I have uniform days. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, and it's not in any order, just yeah. No order, just the order is like what I listen to first.
That's a new album.
Yeah, it's solid.
Solid.
It's solid.
Deer Hunter, nice. Weather. Yes, a beginner's mind.
Yeah, it was.
So good.
There's a, let me pull it up. There's a middle stretch of songs that I was just like,
Like, can you tell the difference between their voices? I can't.
for me, like
You can.
Sufjan's, the thing is their mixing is really similar. So like, even though their voices are like, I'm sure if you heard them regularly,
Yeah.
they would be pretty different, but like when the same mix is on their vocals,
to me, those songs come easier to me. Like it feels easier to listen to than the new album
Yeah.
for me. But I know that, Javelin is the one that's probably, it's probably the more impressive one.
Yeah,
But this one just feels like it's
For sure.
more easy to
it's
listen.
like beginner's mind to like, it's your own body and mind. Like that session of songs for me was just like, I was like, this is what it's about.
Nice. Tasty. Sounds yes. Okay, that's an older. Wait, so
That's the ones that they put on Apple Music, and everyone was mad about it because it was like the one that was like pre-downloaded on their phones.
when did that come up? Like in which order? Because I don't know if I know that.
The Songs of Innocence record.
Mhm.
That was